Hey, besties.
Hey.
Welcome back to another episode of the Hello Bestie podcast. I'm Maggie.
I'm Tashima.
It's Book Club Tuesday.
Book Club Tuesday.
This week we are discussing The Arrangement by Kiersten Modglin. Yep. So for those of you besties who don't know, it is a psychological thriller about a couple, Peter and Ainsley Greenburg. Their marriage is on the rocks, and Ainsley proposes an arrangement of sorts. So basically, to try to spice up their marriage, she proposes that they are allowed to each date new people once a week. And the rules are they are not supposed to tell each other about their dates, and they are not supposed to date anyone who they are seriously attracted to.
Right.
So, yeah, what could go wrong with that?
Right. What could possibly go wrong?
And the book carries on from there. So just getting into it, initially, what were your thoughts about The Arrangement? Not the book itself, but the actual arrangement.
Oh, The Arrangement.
Yeah, we'll get into the full book thoughts later.
She thought everything through.
She did.
It seemed like she had everything planned out to a T, with the system of putting the address in the envelope and sealing it so that in the event of an emergency, the other person could find out where the other person was. Like, everything she just planned out. And I guess in that regard, it seemed flawless. But, it just seemed like there's no way that this is not going to be messy.
Yes, agreed. I felt like the address in the envelope was a good safeguard, but as we saw very quickly, he's going to look and he's going to take a look at it. So she was also very careful about how she set up the dating app too.
Yeah.
Changing
the name slightly, changing little details of your actual life so that you didn't really have to lie. You just alter the truth a little bit and then just basically go out on dates and smash, and that's it. Like, no strings attached whatsoever.
In a situation like, let's say you're married, it's on the rocks, you guys have kids, you don't want to rock the boat, you want to try to spice things up. Would you go to that extent of bringing outside people in, or would you find other routes, or just kind of like, because it seemed like that was a last-ditch effort for her. But that was a very extreme last-ditch effort.
It was.
Both of them seem reluctant to do it.
Like, when they start going over the relationship with her kids, and, like, they just got stagnant. They got 3 kids. They're kind of like teenagers, and they don't really need you. So you find yourself kind of at this place of, who am I outside of needing to be needed all the time? And then just kind of waking up like, okay, how did I get here? My body is different. Everything has changed.
Right.
Like I had kids and then I woke up and now I'm this age and wow, like that's crazy. I could see where she was tempted because of where they were in life. But like you said, it was very extreme. So I don't think that I would have suggested that. I don't think bringing in one more person or multiple people into an already complicated relationship is going to be the solution.
Right.
To me, it seemed more like a desperate attempt of, I don't want to say trying to keep a man, because part of me in the beginning felt like she was doing it for herself as well, like wanting to be wanted. And that resonates. But yeah, I don't know. Long story short, I guess.
Yeah, I would say if I had to guess, it was 80-20. I think 20% of her, like, it's nice to get some compliments from some other guys and hear some things, but I think 80% of it was trying to keep a man.
Exactly. And that is a turnoff, I think.
I agree.
Like that, I'm like, come on.
Right.
You can't be that.
I could not imagine just chilling, watching TV, and you're getting dressed, getting ready to go on your date as my husband.
Yeah. And I can't ask you any questions. I can't know anything. Like, we're eating dinner and I have to pretend like
and you're lying to the kids and saying they're working late or whatever, because that was another rule. The kids are never to find out about it.
Right.
I don't know. Just seemed like she wanted to try to find a way for him to go play. But as we found out later, I mean...
Yeah. Plot twist.
Gonna do what he gonna do. So, what were your first impressions of Peter and Ainsley? I will say no shade, because I mean, clearly we are not audiobook narrators. This was a difficult listen.
It was a very difficult listen. And the first note I have on my list after the title of the book said female narrator, and it has the green face emoji.
I did not like the cadence in which it was read. It just...
No.
This would have hit so much harder read differently.
But in the beginning, I was just like, here we go.
Right.
Maggie and these narrators. I did give you a heads up on the narrator on this one. But it still was like, it's 5 hours, it's 5 hours, it's 5 hours.
Right. Right.
I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
But it was, yeah.
It was, yeah.
Some of these, if it weren't for book club, I
agree.
X'd it out.
Yeah.
But I'm glad, again, like the women, because I would have missed out on a fairly decent book. My first impression of them is I kind of didn't like either one of them.
I agree.
You know, usually you have one that you're like, oh, I kind of see why. I was just like, both of you are weirdos. I don't know.
I felt like with the arrangement itself, I was intrigued by the arrangement. Like, oh, how is this going to work out? But I didn't really care about either one of them.
Right.
At that
point. Which made it a little difficult to care about the whole situation. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm like, y'all are just doing too much. Because she's like, no, this is perfect. But you can tell that she's doing it to try to keep a man. And he's like, yeah, but I don't want to. And she's like, no. This is what we're going to do. And he's like, but I really don't want to do... Like, I didn't understand that dynamic.
I don't feel like I need that. Right.
Yeah. Mm. And she's like, no, it's going to be good for us. I promise. I'm just like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, why are you forcing this on him?
Right.
And you're making it seem like this is going to make him happy. And you're making it seem like this is all about him. What are we doing here? So I was just kind of like...
Yeah, it was interesting.
I did put a note in here. I said, this is like Trapped in the Closet for white people.
Facts.
Like, it was giving all of that.
Facts.
Like, once you start uncovering, like, the whole messiness.
It was a lot going on.
Like, dang, this is like Trapped in a Closet.
It was a lot. Did finding out about Peter's affairs change your opinion on him? Why or why not?
He was giving fuckboy energy. Like, the whole time.
I agree.
This, I don't know why, a lot of our books seem to remind me of Gone Girl.
Listen, go ahead.
He was giving very much Gone Girl, like the husband in Gone Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Was his name Mark? I don't remember.
Nick, I think it was.
He was giving that, where he's like pretending to be something that he really isn't.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, we can see through that. Like, why are we doing all of this?
When I found out he was cheating anyway, I was not surprised. But I was also like, well, why were you acting all... Like, I guess that was part of the act.
Right.
Because if you're going to cheat anyway, I would think you would be like, oh, good. Now I got to...
Because you think it's just the one time, and then you find out that he's, like, just a habitual cheater.
Right.
And you're just like, ew.
Right.
And you want an open marriage? You already got an open marriage.
Yeah, she didn't know about it. But now she's on board. So now you could just let your freak flag fly. Yeah, why not?
He said you're going to want to.
But then I felt like, okay, now you're just trying to play part of the act. And I think part of the secrecy is what
is exciting.
Is exciting for him.
Mm-hmm.
So now that she knows, it's not that exciting anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's usually how that goes.
Which is toxic.
Mm-hmm.
So, which twist in the story shocked you the most? Because there were a lot.
There were a lot of twists. I wrote in here, the gasp I gasped at the cop.
So she went on a date with this cop, Stefan. Older guy, nice guy.
Yeah.
It seemed like he caught feelings for her.
Yeah.
He said that his wife had died.
Mm-hmm.
He's like looking for a new relationship, and she seemed like he thought she was going to be the one. And then she's kind of like, whoa,
Yeah.
You know?
I think I gasped when we found out that he was a cop.
Yeah. That was
After that whole
interesting.
scene.
That whole
Yeah.
murder scene just was really unrealistic. With him showing up to the house and then Peter, like,
Yeah, that was
clubbing
just
it. It's just
weird because it's like, in all of the words that were spoken, why were you saying everything other than there's something important I need to tell you?
right.
You're following this person, you're calling this person, but you're using the language of somebody who's obsessed with this person.
Right.
I need to see you. I need to talk to you, but
Mhm.
not there's something I need to tell you about your husband.
Right.
Like you're saying all the wrong words, and I
Mhm.
don't like that. I don't like when you see that in movies and TV shows
Mhm.
when you see that there's a lot of mess going on because it's usually like one or two of the people just aren't saying everything that they want to say.
Right.
And it's like, if you would just say
It makes you
this
so
thing,
mad. Yeah.
like Farah from Akatar,
Mhm.
if you would have just said I love you, you meant it.
Right.
It was on the tip of your tongue.
Curse would have been broken.
happened.
Right. Yep. Mhm.
I mean, given we wouldn't have had a book, but still,
right.
you know, like it's stuff like that is just so frustrating because you want to shake them and scream at them.
Mhm.
But you got your whole block knocked off because you decided to be a weirdo, which is like a whole weird way to go about it. Like the whole thing was just strange.
Like she set him up, essentially.
I was very like, that whole scene when he, she called him and she's like, oh my God, he's outside. And then he ended up killing him.
Right.
And then finding out that he was a cop, I was like,
mm-hmm.
oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
But I low-key felt like he had to be important.
I agree.
If he was just like a regular schmegular, nobody would care.
Mm-hmm.
Like he needed to be somebody who this is going to be really bad.
Yeah, it made it a big deal.
People are going to come looking for him.
Yeah, that was definitely a twist. So what else? Was that the biggest one for you, or?
I mean, further down.
Because they kept coming.
Yeah, they were like, the twist did not stop twisting.
Yeah.
It was like, just as soon as you're like, okay, then...
In a 5-hour book, she packed a lot of punch.
She did. Like, very quickly.
Right.
Like, you had the beginning, I would say, like, the first 30%, 40% of the book is like, maybe 30%, you're just kind of like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then, literally, it's like,
right.
bam, bam, bam. You're just like, whoa, slow down. I did write here, I shouted OMG at Glennon when we found out that there was something going on between, is it Peter?
Peter, yeah.
Peter and Glennon.
I was like, no.
Yeah.
That was, yeah.
Dirty ass hoe. You typical, predictable ass skank.
Yep.
But.
Girl.
When I don't know if you want to go there. You want to go there?
Let's go there. It's book club.
When we found out that they weren't having an affair, because she was like, either you tell her or I'm going to tell her.
You automatically assume, wow.
They've been messing around. You came home and your best friend's husband and your husband were clapping cheeks? Girl, I almost threw my phone. Feet in the air. Oh my God.
Imagine? Right.
Ain't no way.
This wasn't a confession. She walked in on them.
Clapping cheeks.
Saw it with her own 2 eyes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nuts. And the reason why they started clapping cheeks is because Glennon's husband, what was his name? Seth? Caught him cheating.
Correct.
And blackmailed him.
Right.
And he ended up kicking.
Yeah.
No, he's like, I mean, it's good enough. It's not my preference.
I fell out on Really?
You gotta be kidding me.
That was wild.
I got no words.
That was wild.
My mouth dropped.
Seth was a good F, but still, not my preference.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Like, the way she described it was like, what, like a metal headboard? Like his ass up there. Girl, clapping his cheeks, breaking his back out in their bed. No words.
Then you find out, which made that situation seem a lot more okay. They were married, right?
Yeah, it was a lavender marriage.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that there was a term for it. But they're basically best friends. Mm-hmm. Best platonic friends.
Yep.
And for whatever benefits that come from a marriage, they're married. So it wasn't a love, they weren't in love. They weren't actually sleeping together.
It was so he wouldn't get written out of his father's will for being gay.
That's right.
It was a whole cover.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So she was his beard.
Marriage.
She was his beard, basically.
Yeah.
So, like, when you found that out, it was still like, okay, so he wasn't cheating on you. But that's still really messed up that he did that to his wife.
But he was doing that too. He was cheating. He was the sneaky link for your best friend's husband.
No, correct.
That's what it's like. You're going to do this to my best friend?
Right.
And I'm laid up with you, pretending to be your wife, or they were married for 12 years or some ridiculous amount? Like a really long time.
A long time.
And you're going to sit here and pay me back by sleeping with my best friend's husband?
That's crazy.
What would you have done in that situation? Would you have done the same thing? Either you tell her or I will?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be like... What if they're like, we'll stop.
No, it doesn't matter. This one time is already one time too many. Mm-hmm. And I got this on my conscience now, and I need to tell her. But I don't want to be the one to break her heart. I will if I have to, because it's more important for her to know. So I'm going to give you a chance to tell her. You got until this day, this time. If she don't know, I'm calling her and telling her.
The way the author set all this up, though, it unraveled with a chef's kiss.
It did.
Because at first I'm like, why is everybody so whiny? Like, come on. This is so insignificant. And then it's just like, it was a lot of punch in a
She dropped those little Easter eggs and then they all just...
exploded.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like Mentos and Coke. And she's just like, bloop, 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 and it just... psh, psh, psh. One after another, and then after all that, you find out that he's a serial killer.
Bruh, that twist at the end, that note that she left him.
Fucking crazy.
I'm like, she's certified psycho. This woman is more dangerous than he is.
Yeah, it was definitely Gone Girl inspired. Like, I don't know which came first, the chicken or the egg.
I don't know
the release dates. But it was giving very y'all trapped with each other because you're both psychos.
It's like this till death do us part, and wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that spun me. That ending
then
was so creepy.
Killed his wife, Stefan's wife, who was looking for him.
Yes.
Because she was making too much noise. He killed her. But then on the back end, didn't know that his wife had framed Stefan as the serial killer.
Right.
Like,
not only serial killer,
rapist. Yeah.
You not only cheating on me,
right?
You out here you taking it
in our house, under our house,
because he's an architect.
Yeah.
And he made a layer.
Yeah, soundproof layer that she apparently knew about.
But acted like she didn't know about the entire time. Found his little trinkets that he kept from his victims, underwear. Planted all of that stuff in Stefan's car.
Yep. A decorated police officer of like however many years. Nuts. The whole thing was crazy.
It was just twist after twist after twist.
Yeah.
But that ending, that little like a deal's a deal.
Yeah, she was definitely gone girl crazy.
Like ain't that much keeping a marriage together in the world. He broke every single possible vow. You're good to walk out in this. How do you stay with a serial rapist, murderer, liar, every possible thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, girl. It was a whole lot.
Like, towards that tail end, I think my jaw was on the floor, like, the last half of the book.
Yeah.
I remember, I think I was mopping or vacuuming or something, and there was a point in time where I was just, like, leaning on the vacuum and just standing there because there's just so much stuff happening.
Right.
And I had to just sit down for a second because I had to take it all in.
So much to process.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Okay, so there are 2 extra books. So there's 2 after this. What do you think will happen next?
He's not going to be able to sustain whatever leash she thinks she's put on him to keep him in line and in check. I think that he's going to get into another messy situation where she's going to find herself having to clean up his mess, and she's going to get pissed off, and you know, at some point maybe enough will be enough. Or I could see her getting bored now that she has gotten him kind of like under her clutches, and maybe being like, well, if you can do it, so can I. And I actually liked how I felt when I did, because they were on good terms.
Right.
Everything was like perfect, happy, ha ha ha, and which I thought that the relationship with the friend was a little weird. I thought that wasn't quite. I didn't feel like that ended in a realistic way.
Yeah.
It felt a little like. So now she's cool with him?
Right.
And you guys have little jokeskies?
Right, right.
When before she was like dogging him out? That's not gonna happen. Like, she'd be like, I mean, we're cool and all, but fuck him.
Right.
I literally
she got over that fast.
Yeah, no, that's strange. Yeah, and that part felt a little too wrapped up where, like, Seth was like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to finally come out. After all these years? Really?
Yeah, right.
Now you're going to give it all up? Come on, stop it. Because there's no reason, with all this that happened, there was no reason for him to ever tell his family. Right. So I don't really see why that was even a need, unless it is to set up things that are happening in, like, book 2 and 3. Maybe, I guess. I know you read them, right?
Yeah, so okay. I can't, I won't answer that question. But
yeah, so at least where I stand on here. However, where it ended, I feel like you wouldn't even, unless you were like, oh, this is so good. The way that it ended, it didn't make me feel like what's next. Like with ACOTAR, book 1, there's clearly more to come. You could just read this one book and walk away and not have to read book 2 and 3, in my opinion. Like, it literally tidied everything up to a way, like, I have no desire to read book 2 and 3. Because I don't feel like there was anything left where I'm like, dang, I really need to know more about this. She literally tidied everything up.
I see it both ways. I think it ended well enough to where if that was the only book, it would be fine. But also,
knowing more,
I want to know what, like, wait, what? It's because I knew there was a second book.
Yeah.
So yes, now I want to know what's going to happen.
Right.
But I could see how you could just be fine walking away with like a, damn. Yeah. And then, move along.
Kind of like the ending in Gone Girl. Like, it
I was
wasn't,
so pissed at the
I
ending of the
know.
book. Yeah.
It wasn't perfect,
Mhm.
but it's still, like, you didn't leave with nothing unfinished.
What happened to this and what happened to that? And
like, everything was pretty resolved. So yeah, I mean, I probably will, especially if they're short.
Yeah, they are.
But just have to get over the whole like narrator thing.
And it's the
that's
same
no
one the
knock
whole time
to
too.
narrators, because obviously we don't do that. We don't know what's involved with it. It's just as listeners taking in the content, it can sometimes make or break a story. So if you're not willing to write it out, it's not everybody's cup of tea.
If that was a 10 or 11 hour plus book, I wouldn't have continued to listen to it. Yeah, I wouldn't have continued to listen to it. And again, like you said, it's nothing against some people. I read reviews where some people said that they loved the narration and it came to life for them. And it's, to each their own. It just wasn't my particular cup of tea, but
yeah,
it's somebody else's.
Mm-hmm.
I still listened to the book. I still thought it was great. It didn't ruin the story.
Mm-hmm. Especially once things got going, it felt like her cadence changed a little bit. So I don't know if it's just, she's trying to match the energy of what was happening in the book, because it definitely got better. So I don't know.
I do like that Peter had his own voice.
Yeah. Oh my God. If she had to do both, I would have cut my losses and you would have been mad because I've been like, I didn't finish it. There's no way.
Some narrators try to do both male and female voices and, with more or less success than others, but I appreciated a totally different voice coming in for this one.
Yeah.
I think more books should do that. Because sometimes when a guy is trying to do a girl voice, it's just, they all sound the same, and then vice versa. A woman's trying to deepen her voice and... Yeah,
kind of a little bit like Listen for the Lie, where she was sounding like her grandmother, and like the voice in her head was sounding very much like her grandmother and sounding like other people. It just got really complicated.
Yeah, I agree. So overall, what would you rate this book on a scale of 1 to 5 stars?
I would give it a 4. I would give it a solid 4. It was a good book. And I think sometimes maybe listening to the audiobook puts us a little bit at a disadvantage of if we just read this in our head. If I just read this book, maybe I would have liked it more. Like, that's one of those things where I could see, like, Listen for the Lie, I feel like don't even bother getting the book.
That definitely needs to be listened to.
Yes.
They did such a good job on that. Between the music and the podcast, it was just...
chef's kiss.
You need that. This
book, maybe I should have just read it. Especially it not really being a big book.
Right.
I probably could have knocked that out. So maybe I'll try it for book 2. I don't know. But now that I got the narrator's voice in my head, like, who knows what would happen? I think a solid 4 for the book.
I agree.
If I take narration out of it.
Yeah.
It was a good book. Itself. Maybe if I'm saying that, I might even do a little higher. But let's just say 4 for now. What about you?
I would give it a solid 4 too. I think the writing was good. The premise was good. The plot was good. The character development wasn't bad. I just didn't like their personalities.
Right.
It wasn't because she didn't develop them well enough. I felt like I knew who they were as people. I just didn't like them as people.
Right.
Which,
and their decision making.
Right.
Which is what she wanted.
Right.
You're not really meant to like anybody. Not even her kids.
I wasn't rooting for anyone in that story.
Like, everybody can get it. I think the only person who I genuinely was rooting for was Stefan's wife. And she got murked. So.
I liked Glennon and Glennon's relationship until I thought Glennon was dirty whorebag cheating on her.
And her husband.
I felt like for all of that story was, and all the twists and turns and the plot twists, and she packed a lot into 5 hours, and there was nothing there that didn't need to be there.
True.
And it wasn't rushed in a way that felt like, but wait, you didn't explain that well enough. Like, everything made sense.
Because even the thing with, I don't know if it was his secretary or one of the people at his firm or whatever.
Oh, with the whole roommate situation.
Yeah, like at first I was like, what are we doing here? But it had to all be tied together in a way, you know, to make it make sense. So yeah, like even things that sometimes you feel are unnecessary, like actually like all came together in the grand scheme of things. Like I said, the only thing that really I didn't care for was the friend Glennon's relationship with Ainsley and Peter after everything blew over. Like I just didn't like, okay.
Right.
Like nobody.
So we're just gonna act like none of this happened.
Yeah. Right. Like she brought him something back from her vacation. No.
Yeah.
Nobody would do that. As much as you were dogging him out and threatening to expose him for what he did,
right,
you are not getting him a souvenir from your vacation. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
All right, besties. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Let us know your thoughts down below if you read the book and how you felt about all of the tea. Because it was a lot to unpack. Like, it's hard to, like, you talk about it so fast because so much happened in a very short period of time. So let us know your thoughts down below. Next month's book club, we are going to be discussing For She Is Wrath by Emily Varga. So we're super excited to read this one. But yeah, we will see you in the next episode. Same time, same place. Take care, besties.
Bye.
Bye.